In this video, we are going to look at some examples on how to solve a system of equations graphically. Solving a system graphically means you're going to take the equations that you have in your system, you're going to graph each one individually, and you're going to look for any place where they intersect with each other. So first we have 2x plus y equals 5. There are many ways to graph an equation, and what you have to do is graph it the way you are the most comfortable. Okay? So I'm going to show you within this system two different ways that we could approach graphing your equation so that you get the answers that you're looking for. So the first method we're going to look at is we are going to look at using your slope and your y-intercept value. So that means we are using the form y equals mx plus b. So we need to take this equation here and solve it for y. So we're going to end up with y being negative 2x plus 5. So from here my slope is going to be negative 2, and my y-intercept is going to be the point 0, 5. Now, this slope negative 2, what we have to remember about whole numbers is they're always over 1. Okay? So the top number is your change in y, how you move up or down, and the bottom number is your change in x, moving left or right. So the first thing you want to do is you want to graph your y-intercept. So we're going to come in here and we're going to graph the point 0, 5. And then my slope is negative 2. So this means we're going to go down 2 and then to the right, or positive x 1. So we're going to go down 2 and over 1. There's your second point. Okay, to make sure that you're following along, we'll go down 2 over 1. There's your third point. What you want to do is you then want to line up your points and actually draw your line or your graph here. So we're going to line them up and draw our line right in. And so here is our equation that we have, and we're going to go ahead and label it. So this was 2x plus y equals 5. Now let's go ahead and work with the second. So we have x equals negative 3y. And in this case, we are going to use a table of values. So we have an xy table. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose a value for x and figure out then what your y is. Okay? So here, let's say we're going to choose the point 0. And then in this case, we would have 0 equals a negative 3y. So 0 equals y. Okay? So this right here is going to give me the point 0, 0. Now let's go ahead and choose the point 3. So here we're going to have 3 equals a negative 3y. Divide everything by 3 and we get that negative 1 equals y. So this is the point 3, negative 1. Okay. You only need 2 points to graph a line, so we're going to go ahead and start. We have the point 0, 0. And we have the point 1, 2, 3, negative 1. Now with this, we can go ahead and connect our 2 points. And we can draw our second line. So here, this again was x equals negative 3y. Now what we're looking for is we are looking for the point or the place where these two graphs intersect. Okay? So here they're going to intersect at that point, and this right here is going to be your solution to the system. And this point right here is at the point 3, negative 1. Okay, so here the solution is 3, negative 1. Now you can check this point by simply plugging it back into your system and verifying that it is a true statement for both equations. I highly recommend, if you're not sure what that point is specifically, that you go ahead and check that solution to make sure that you are being accurate. Alright, let's look at another one here. We're going to do the same thing. Okay, we are going to go ahead and solve our system. So we're going to start with, we have y equals x plus 1. So if we look at that, my slope here is going to be 1, and my intercept is the point 0, 1. So I'm going to go ahead and graph my intercept value. Because this is a positive 1, I'm positive in both, so I'm going to go up 1 over 1. I can do it again, up 1 over 1. So at this point, we can go ahead and connect our points and graph our line. And then I would definitely label it y equals x plus 1. Now we can look at the other. So here we're going to start with y plus x equals 5. To turn it into your slope-intercept form, we would go ahead and move that x, so we have negative x plus 5. My slope is a negative 1. My intercept is the point 0, 5. So we can graph that intercept first, the point 0, 5, and then here we're going to go down in your y direction. So we're going to go down in the y direction, and we're going to go positive in the x. So down 1 over 1. We can do it again, down 1 over 1. Once we know that, we can go ahead and line up your points to graph your line. Just like the other, we can go ahead and label it y plus x equals 5. And then we have our point of intersection. So in this case, that again is our solution. So our solution here is going to be at the point 2, 3. Alright, let's try one more time here. So here I have 2x minus y is equal to 4. So I want to solve for x. So here I get negative y is a negative 2x plus 4. So y is going to be 2x minus 4. My slope is a 2. My intercept is 0, negative 4. Again, I can graph that, 0, negative 4. And then we're going to go up 2 to the right 2. So 1, 2 over 1. 1, 2 over 1. And connect to draw your line. And again, this was our 2x minus y equals 4. For the other one, I have 3x plus y equals 6. So in this case, again, if I wanted to stick with my intercepts, I would have that y equals a negative 3x plus 6. My slope is a negative 3. My intercept is the point 0, 6. So my slope in this case is going to go down 3 to the right 1. We're going to start up here at the point 0, 6. So 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. So in this case, what we end up here, we've got our 3x plus y equals 6 line. And just like before, we are still looking for that place of intersection. So in this case, our solution is the point 2, 0. Now, the last thing that we need to be aware of is we do have some special cases here. So real quick, parallel lines are two lines that do not intersect at all, therefore you have no solution. Or you could find out that your two lines are actually the same line, and therefore that means they're intersecting forever, so they have infinite solution. So essentially we have three types of solutions when solving systems. We have a one solution system, we have a no solution system, and an infinite solution system. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.